So this is the first video in the series about youth goalkeeper training that shows key skills, and this deals with essential foundations. And a bit more about this in the content slide next. So this video deals with the foundations for youth goalkeeper training, the important fundamentals upon which really everything else is going to be based. And if you don't master these types of skills, then it's going to be very difficult to progress to more advanced skills in goalkeeping. This video is basically going to be presented with player demonstration and questions by the coach. We're going to start with player comments, why the goalkeeper likes being a keeper, the characteristics that are needed, how to be less nervous and less afraid in the position, and topics like that. I think it's interesting to hear from a goalkeeper herself to begin to get some understanding of how kids can see this position. And then the video is going to go through proper stance and hand positions, common mistakes in stance and hand positions, where to stand and how to move around the goal, moving side to side and side shuffling, how to move out and back properly, backpedaling. Different types of catches are going to be explained and demonstrated, and then common mistakes in catching the ball. And again, this will be from the perspective of the goalkeeper, doing a lot of the demonstration and explanation.
Because I love it and it's really fun.
Okay. Any other reason why you're a goalkeeper?
Because it's really fun to make saves, and like your position is the most important. So if you miss a ball, you lose it for the team. But if you don't, then you're a big winner.
All right, so what are the characteristics a goalkeeper needs?
You need to be able to move fast throughout the box, and you cannot be afraid of the ball. If you are, then you gotta leave the position. And you have to be able to catch a ball that's coming at your face. And you can't duck when it's coming. You have to go for it.
All right, what helps you to avoid being nervous, or if you feel nervous, what helps you be less nervous?
What helps me is usually I take a deep breath in and I picture the ball as my favorite piece of candy. Whenever it comes, I get it, and that's like I'm having my piece of candy. So it makes me happy. If you are afraid of the ball, there are some techniques you can do. You can breathe and know that you can do it. And if they're coming too fast, then just put your hands out and try to go where the ball is. And if you put your body behind it, normally it will bounce off your body, and that will not hurt. And usually the balls don't hurt that bad. And if there is a strong kicker, chances are your defense will slow it down.
So what do you do when a shot gets by you in a game?
Usually I put it in the back of my mind, and I don't really care because I know there will be more chances. Or sometimes I will remember that, so it'll be even tougher and fiercer when it comes, and I really would want it more, the ball.
Anything else you want to say about being a goalkeeper?
Well, it's a lot of fun, but it does require skills. And if you're afraid of the ball, you cannot be a goalkeeper. It's basic logic. And so, you have to be ready for it no matter what. It's on the other side of the field. You do not care. You always want to be in position. It's really hard, but once you start doing it, it gets a lot easier, and it's so much fun.
Okay, so we have heard from our goalkeeper on some of those important questions for her. So now we're going to go into the specific skills being explained and demonstrated. One of the key places to start in becoming a goalkeeper and becoming a good one is to get the stance right and the body position. It's extremely important, and we'll allow our goalkeeper to explain that.
So whenever you need to get ready, usually if the ball is on the other side of the field and your team looks pretty good, all you have to do is bend your knees and bend your back a little bit, but not too far, and put your hands on your knees. And then when they come, you want to bend your knees. You want to put your arms like almost touching, thing, and you want to get your hands up. And then you want to be on your toes so you're ready to move and dive. So it would look like this.
And then what are some of the mistakes kids can make in their stance when they're just starting out?
They could do this, and that would be like grandma because their back is arched over and grandma's needs the cane. And then they could also do bird, which is with your arms like out like this, and then it's kind of like a bird because they flap. So you need to keep your arms tucked in and your back like straight, but just a little arched over like this.
And then what do you do with your hands in that stance? How are your hands supposed to look?
Your hands should be a triangle shape, like this, and the thumb should almost be touching because you always want the thumbs behind the ball, so they would be like this. And if you're on your toes and you shuffle around, they should not move.
Okay. And if you're getting ready for a possible shot, show me what you do, for example, on the balls of your feet. How do you move? Do you stand still or?
You want to be on your toes and you want to like bounce around, but you don't want to be like.
So you want
do
to
that
just.
thing.
So you just want to bounce around a little bit on your
Yeah,
toes
just
and
a little bit.
be
Not
ready for the ball to come in. Good. All right, so where should a goalkeeper normally stand in position relative to where the goal box is?
So, you normally want to stand like right, like a foot away from the line of the 6-yard penalty. I mean, the box. And you don't want to stand on the goal line because if you back up and you catch a ball, then it would be a goal. And you could always make the simple mistake, you don't get it, and it would immediately go in. But if you're up here where you're supposed to be, and you just left it and it can still go in, you can jump on top of it before it gets in the goal.
So when you stand farther out, you're kind of cutting off that shooting angle.
Yeah.
So explain to me a little bit about the shooting angle. How does that work?
So if the ball's over here, you kind of want to move in like an arch like this. But if the ball's over here, you want to stay like here. But like you want to be ready to move to the other side quickly. Because if they just start, like if they do a cross, you have to be able to like get to the other side. And if you do a straight line, it takes longer. But if you do a arch, it could go quicker.
Okay, then what's some of the key footwork a goalkeeper needs? Can you show us that?
Well, one of the things is you always have to be on your toes. But you could set up a line of cones that are like a foot apart. And you go like this right next to them. And you just want to shuffle like a foot, a foot, a foot, a foot. So you want to be able to like shuffle. So, because it's easier than you're running. And it takes longer to get in your position. But if you're shuffling, you can always be in your position. But when you shuffle, your hands have to they have to be like.
So those hands have to be nice and steady.
Yeah.
All right, and how would you move front and back?
Oh, so for footwork, how you move back and forth. When you go, you want to go as fast as you can, and you want to start to get low if the ball is coming. But if it's not, just be on your toes and be ready. But if it is, you want to get as low as you can, and so it's just easier to dive. And when you move back, you want to make sure you pedal back and look over like every 5 seconds, because if you go, oh no, the ball went by me. That's why you always have to be ready.
How do you not catch the ball? Mistakes kids could make?
So when you do the scoops, I said you can't cross your arms because it would fall out. And you don't want it to hit your hands first because if chances are if it does, it's just going to bounce off of them. So it wants to hit your wrist and scoop. And then when you do the triangle, like the chin or below, well, here. And then you cannot catch it like this because if you do, it could slip out and go in the ground and then they could kick it in or they could, it could bounce and hit. You might not catch it and it could slip and hit you in the foot.
And then also you don't want to catch it on your fingertips, do you?
No.
Because it could hurt your fingers and
Yeah,
bounce
really
off.
bad.
And then you don't want to try to catch it other than in the front of your body, like over your shoulder.
Yeah, you can't be like this because if it goes by, it's fine. But if you step and catch it, then it will just, if you can't get it, it will stay off of you. And then you can jump on it. But chances are it would be too late and it would already be in the goal.
All right, so for a couple more catches, show me your best form, your best ready position. Again.
And now, just some final comments from our goalkeeper, and we thank her for helping us do this video. And please watch the other videos in the series on this channel.
Everyone, all of you kids out there, I know you're watching, should try to be a goalkeeper because it's really fun.